Did you know that something that you are not doing might be a bigger risk than anything you potentially could do? My name is Andreas. I'm the Executive Alchemist, and today we're going to talk about how to deal with the fear that comes along with trying to do something big in your life. So let's start here. Doing something big is not for everybody. And there's a reason it's not for everybody, because along with trying to do something big in your life, something new, something transformative, okay, comes a lot of opportunity for fear. We feel fear for a reason. Our survival mind is saying to us that if we move, okay, so movement elicits fear in the survival mind. If we make a move, we're going to be exposed. We're going to be exposed because we're making noise, because we are literally actually moving. We're going to be exposed because we have size now, right? We can be seen. So our survival mind tells us you can be attacked, you could be hurt, you could be damaged mortally sometimes. And it's not now in our society now, it's not necessarily the animals, right? We've all heard the thing where it's like, oh, a tiger could attack you. That's not real anymore. Well, it is real because now that we don't have that every day, what we do have is society, social media, the friends and family. Everybody can point and laugh at us. We could fail. Okay, so not everybody is ready for that. And in fact, I would even argue this, none of us is actually ready for it, but something inside of us says, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do something. I have to do something. Okay, so know that fear is part of the process. It's natural in any movement. But here's the thing. When you're trying to do something bigger, that's not about survival. That's about thriving. That's about moving and getting somewhere. So it's not correct anymore to think that being afraid means you shouldn't do it. You're going to have to feel afraid when you do it. And you're going to have to learn which kinds of fear are good signs and which kinds of fear are bad signs. So the thing that you might not do that's more dangerous than almost anything you could do is not move. To your survival mind, it's perfect. Because if you don't move, you're quiet, you're still, you're small, nothing can get you. But to your thriving mind, to the mind that says, hey, we want to get somewhere, if you don't move, you're never going to get there. It's the worst thing you could do. So it's actually a bigger risk to your dream to not move. And one of the distractions we can encounter is, well, I don't know which move to make, and then you don't move. That is a mistake. If you're in a position where you're not sure which thing to do because you're afraid of the different outcomes, understand that's your survival mind saying, I'm afraid. Your thriving mind's not afraid. Your thriving mind's like, hey, let's make the mistakes and get there. So this is a tool you can use to fight your fear when you're trying to make something big happen. And it's what we call future pacing. You're going to, when you're thinking about the thing you want to do, you're going to go to the end, to the goal, and you're going to imagine yourself in that moment of having completed it. How does that feel? Where are you in your life now? What are you surrounded by? Who are you now? What do you have? What are you doing? The more you picture that, your subconscious mind is programmed for sight and sound and taste and touch and smell. The more you can lean into that vision, the more your whole thriving being wants to get there. And the less important the fear is. Fear is just a piece of advice for your thriving mind, all right? For your survival mind, it's a reason to stop. So remember, standing still is a risk. It's a huge risk. Because let me ask you this. If you stand still where you are right now and you keep on trying to figure out the right way to do things, where are you going to be in a day? Will that feel okay? Where are you going to be in a month? Will that feel okay? What if you're in the exact same place in a year? For real, for real. Is that okay? What if in 5 years you're exactly where you are now because you didn't make a move? Is that okay? And I'm going to tell you something. Standing still is not neutral. It's worse because in 5 years you're going to be older. In 5 years the opportunities are going to be gone. In 5 years your regret is going to build. So it's actually destructive to stand still. That's the risk you're taking by standing still. So I'm encouraging you today. Remember, fear is going to happen in any direction. The fear of the survival mind is don't move or you can get attacked. The fear of the thriving mind is if we don't move, we'll never get anywhere. Future pace to see where you'll be. Live in that moment. And then just make the choice to take the step forward.